Hello, good morning, good morning. How are we doing? Come on in. Nice to have your company. Come on in, good morning. Tuesday already. Golly. There you go. How time flies when you're having fun. So, Stuart, good morning. Are you in the building too? Could you just send me a text just to let me know that the sound is good? That would be much appreciated, Stu. Thank you. Early to the party. You know we always get in early so we can get front seats. Hey? All good. Africa. Lovely, warm climate. Good morning. Come on in. I can see you all. I can't. It's just a blur, but it's all right. I had a little bit of a paddy earlier on because all the screens went dead. And the old, well, have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in again? I did that 3 times, didn't work. And then it did. So, very technical. Yes, madam. Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in again? Because that usually does the trick. And it did. But not the first time. So come on in. Welcome. We're actually doing all right here, aren't we? Let's just make sure that the sound's all right. Yes, come on, people. There must be somebody out there other than us 500 doodlers. Just need to know that the old peg's still working here. I will get a new clip. Shut me top. It's a very, very African. Look, got a butterfly. This is not my kind of thing, but I actually quite like this one. Taste the change in. Come on in. What can you see on that side? It looks like a scary face, doesn't it? Is it a scary face? Africa. Does that look like a scary face to you? I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a pattern. It's not a scary face, a friendly face. Come on in. Good morning, fellow doodlers. No, there's nobody here to help me. Just somebody send me a text to let me know that the volume is okay, would you? That would be great. How are you coping? All right. How's the weather where you are? How is the weather where you are? It's beautiful here. Absolutely glorious. Come on in. Come on. I'm back on the tea now. Maybe I shouldn't be. Oh, God. How is everybody? Did you enjoy? I couldn't believe how beautiful your doodles were yesterday, the African sketches. I mean, we are stretching ourselves a bit here, aren't we? I mean, really. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you. Thank you, Sheila. Okay, good, all good. Sounds on. And I know that Lucy and Sheila are there, and I'm sure that Stuart is too. So if you have any questions, Stuart is manning Clarity Facebook Live today. My hope is that. And other than that, I think we can get going. Just sometimes it feels a bit isolated in here. Do you know what I mean? When there's everybody outside and nobody's feeding back to me. So we're going to have a meeting about that, boys. Right. Africa. Let's have a look. Yeah, good morning. Come on in. The artwork yesterday was glorious, wasn't it? I was so impressed. And I mean, with the feet, we did have a couple of tricks yesterday, didn't we? We said if you don't want to do the feet or your feet aren't working so well, then just make the dress a bit longer. And we already just said that we put our hands behind our backs, then you don't have to draw hands, or you put your hand behind your head or behind the pot and you can't see it. So there are always little tricks, you know. There's always a way around something, isn't there? You don't have to fly straight into it and then do battle with it. There is always a way. There's always little tricks and tips around in everything that we do. Isn't that the truth? Right, so let's have a look. It's 10 o'clock. Here we are. Good morning. Everybody in the building. Are we ready? I've been so looking forward to this. I spent the whole afternoon yesterday working on our African family. Did you as well? I did. I decorated their dresses and I tried things out. And so today, what we're going to do is the Zen part. Yesterday was the stretch, wasn't it? It's like, oh, out of our comfort zone, here she goes. Right, on, batten down the rigging, strap in, off to Africa. Then not only are we off to Africa, but we're drawing a whole family, beautiful family. But today what's nice is we're going to do the inking. So this is the downtime, this is the zen, this is where we get in the moment, where we just enjoy, we relax. That's how I see it. We're going to ink out the outline, aren't we? How did we get on yesterday? Did you get this far? Did you get this far? That was the one I did with you yesterday, wasn't it? Good morning, everybody. Come on in, grab a seat. This is what we want to do now. So what we're going to do now is ink this up, aren't we? And to do that, we need our micron pens. We need our micron pens. Listen, you need a biro if you haven't got a micron pen, but these work well. So what we're going to do is use, I would say we'll use the number 1 for the outside. Are you up for that? Let's have a look. I think if we use the number 1 for the outside, and then we'll do the patterns. Would you like to see the patterns already, where we're going? Shall I show you? Oh, come on then. I can't keep a secret. This is the first pattern, right? So these are the patterns that we're going to do. Lovely, isn't it nice? And then I did something because I wanted to check something out. I wanted to check something out with the Africans, and I really like it. I really like that. And so what we're going to do, I thought I would do it for you, because you don't want to black out all the bodies and then decide you didn't want to do that, you know, because it's too late then, isn't it, once you've inked it in. So I thought, well, why don't I do both? And then I'm going to apply, because I did, this one's not penned in the dresses, and this one's in black and white on the dresses. So I have to decide now if I'm going to black in. I think I am. I'm going to apply the blackness to this as well. And then I think that is just a really nice piece of artwork. And you can see now, the reason I'm going to show you this is key. If you're using your original artwork, if you're using the SHAC download, then it's there for you anyway. But let's say, for example, when we're, just so that thinking ahead a little bit, sometimes you have to plan ahead a little bit. See around the neck, the rings round the neck and the rings round the arms. So you want to make them quite wide, because if we want to black out the arms and the face and the neck, then in order to make the rings stand out, they need to be a little bit wider than maybe you think. And his foot, that was the only bit I wasn't happy about. But, you know, it's all right. It's all right. It's a doodle. So that was what I wanted to show you. You can decide which way you want to go. You may want to colour them in dark brown, you know, with your polychromos or your pergoliners. It's entirely up to you. But I decided to go black because I thought that looked really dramatic and really arty. Okay, so let's get started, shall we, with our daily doodle session. Let's ink this in first. Number 1, right? And we're just going to do all the outside. This is where you get to change it if you're not happy with it, or okay. So we'll just do the outside first, and we'll do the outside just as we did. We'd go in the same sequence. So we'll start with the bowl, head, then the little girl, then the man, because obviously it's going backwards. And as we go along, when we get to the rings around the neck and that, I just explained why they need to be a little bit wider, because when we blacken the arms, if you choose to, then in order to make that contrast, to make the positive negative, you're going to need that little bit of extra whiteness, aren't you? So let's have a look. Shall we get going? Come on then. In for a penny. And just remember, all this is a doodle. It's just a doodle. And you can do it again and again. I tell you what, if you did find the Digi download that we provided you with, which is Jim put it on the Clarity website on the front page. It's attached to, I think he attached it to yesterday's Facebook Live, so you could find it there as well.
Ask Stuart if Stuart will be able to find it. Oh, I'll do the earrings in a minute. Stuart will be able to find it. He's good at that. Right, do you know what I'm thinking? Earrings 005, I'm thinking, just in case, because I want to make her. Let's just do that, just in case I don't want to make it black. Do you know what I mean? Because the earrings might be a good contrast. So I'm going to use 005. Now with the neck, yeah, because we've got to put the rings in first, haven't we? Remember? So we'll put the rings in. They're a bit exaggerated, but that's only because I've exaggerated them, because now I know what I'm going to do later, and I'm using the 005 to do that. Are we doing this together? Do you know what I do need? Where are those Dame Ednas gone? Where are my really strong glasses? I know I had them here somewhere. Just bear with me a second. I don't think I've left the building with them. I wonder where they are. They're certainly better than the ones I've got on. Oh dear. I'll have to look later. Never mind. In the name of art. That's why they're outrageously bright, so I can see them. But not to worry. Let's see if this is a better picture. There you go. I'll put them then. Everybody happy? Sip of tea. Come on, heads down. It's like a bingo session. Oh, I think I see them. No, where have I put them then? Turns room upside down. Not to worry. I just won't be as accurate as I could be. But there you are. Right, 005. In we go. So just trying to get in between the rings now. That's okay. Round we go. You cool with this? Right, here we go. Nice. See, once we get the pattern in, once we get the outline in, then we can concentrate on the patterns, can't we? That'd be lovely. This bit doesn't take long once you've got your shape down. It's not so bad, is it? I bet they're staring at me somewhere. Laughing at me. Are they on my head? That's my party piece usually. There we go. Nice. How are you doing today? You enjoying the sunshine where you are? I listened to the weather forecast today here in England, and it seems it's very nice down south where we are, but not so nice up north. Okay. So I'm making that quite small because I'm going to make that black in a minute. So if this is going to be black, then what I want to do, yeah, I know what I need to do because I'm going to have to make a little bit of whiteness, but I can do that later. I'm not blacking in the figures until right after I've done all my pattern work. There you go. You cool with that? Okay. Right, rings round the arms. Rings round the arms. Bangles. I've never really been a bangles person, have you? I've got one beautiful one that Dave bought me years ago, and I love that. I wear it all the time. I like that one. But even that, when I'm doing artwork, bangs on the counter. Can't wear that. Imagine trying to do craft with a load of bangles on. There we go. Right, arms through the back. good, isn't it? I think what's great is when I see your you run off with the ideas. It's smashing to see. For me, gives me real joy when I see your artwork and I think, oh, look at that. How lovely, you know? And what's really interesting is how far what we're in now, week 9, good grief. But how far we've come. You know, I said yesterday, my artwork's improved. I know it has. I couldn't have drawn this 2 months ago. Not without presenting, it would have been a challenge for sure. Would have taken a lot longer. There we are. She's cool. Have you got her in? How you doing? Is she in? The thing about this is, it's not over until it's over. It really isn't. It's like, somebody was on Facebook was saying that she wasn't happy with her work because it didn't look, and I said, it's not a photograph, it's art. It's not a photo, That's what we have to bear in mind here. These are they're not photographs, they're not supposed to be. Remember that beautiful mug that I always use? Right, so I'm going to go with the pot up here now. Do you remember that mug with the elephants from Art House Meath that I often show you? Like this one with the bees. It's my wedding mug. Do you remember? And the one with the elephant, where the elephants are barely recognisable as elephants, but the overall impact is just fantastic. And it's the same thing here. Until it's over, it's not over, is it? So don't even think about judging. Well, would you anyway? Just enjoy the process. Yeah, enjoy the process. We haven't even added any colour yet. And you're doing the typical crafting thing. You're looking only at the foot. You're not looking at the rest of the picture. You're just looking at the foot and going, well, that doesn't look right. Look at the state of that foot. So it's not about the foot. It's about the vibe. It's about the feel. Actually, I was reading up about African art. Because like when we were in New Mexico, it was very symbolic, wasn't it? A lot of their art was very symbolic. And I was reading up about African art and the symbolism. I thought, I wonder if it's not, it might be similar sort of. But what I've discovered, which was really interesting with African art, this is lovely. What I discovered with the African art was that it's without knowing it, we've drawn this. And in African art, it's about the elements and how they behave together. It's about the feel and how it works together. So, for example, the importance of the posture, the importance not so much of the patterns, but the relationship between the elements. So, for example, it would be important in an African piece of artwork that the mother and the daughter are holding hands, that the daughter is looking up to the mother, that the father is taking a back stance and he has that protective kind of posture. She has that dignity in her stance. That's the kind of thing that is really vital in African art, apparently, which I thought was really. I really was uplifted to hear that, because without even knowing that, we'd kind of created that vibe, hadn't we, with our 3 characters, which is really cool when you consider. What am I using here? The 005. I think I'll go to the 001. I'm going to swap out for my fatter one for the outline. And then just come to the thinner one when I do the rings. So the idea is, when you look at African art, what I'm saying is, get the earrings in. What I'm saying is that it's more about the feeling, the emotion that it conjures up. if you get what I mean, rather than what that symbol, what a feather symbolises, or what, you know, it's not about that. Colours have quite a lot of meaning as well in African art. So I've been looking at the different colours that they, obviously I was looking at the different colours that they wear. And yeah, different tribes have different thoughts on that, you know. Do you know, well, here's interesting. Here's interesting, sounds like a Welshman. Did you know that there are 3,000 tribes in Africa? 3,000. That's crazy. 3,000 different tribes, indigenous tribes. How are you doing with your inking? Is it working? Oh, I love doing this, don't you? There's nothing quite like this for relaxing, eh? Especially when you've already penciled it, when you've drawn it, because then it's easy, isn't it? Just have to go back over it. Having said that, though, you do have to concentrate, because inked is inked, isn't it? Inked is inked. So do little toes. Everybody happy? I am. I'm in my zone here. I'm in my zone. What have I forgotten? Got that. Got the pot, got the outline. Spear. Right, I might do something a bit different on the spearhead. Rather than stop it there, I might come through like that so that it comes into the spear like that. Oh, I should probably be using a ruler for this. Like that, if you know what I mean. And then the spearhead can come round like this. I had to laugh this morning. There you go, look from the top. See what I mean? So it kind of, easy construction, really, intelligent construction. This morning I was on Facebook and I apologised because our new design club's going out a bit late. Well, you know, all things considered, it's a miracle it's going out at all. And I just left a message just saying, you know, in case you're waiting for your envelopes, I'm sorry that it's taking longer than normal. We're doing the best we can, and so on. And everybody was very gracious, of course, which is very kind. And they said, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries. Happy to see it when it gets here, and so on. And then somebody wrote, no problem, I'm in Africa at the moment. And I went, and in my head for a split second I went, wow, what an amazing coincidence. Silly cow. And then I realised this is one of us. It caught me though. She caught me. It was very fun. Anyway, I had a little chuckle to myself. How we doing? You got it? What I thought I'd do is we'd do the pen at this far away, and then when we go into the patterns, I'll come in on the overhead real tight. But for the outline, this is good. Are you racing ahead of me? See, it's not a race for me. It's not a race for me. This is the downtime. This is the relaxing bit. This is the relaxing bit. How are you doing? Is everybody happy? Can you hear me all right? Good. Let me just check the volume. Yeah, it's all right. I've got batteries. Right, head. I'm going to do his it doesn't headdress. Let's call it a headdress, not hat. It's not hat, is it? Hat. Hat. Hakuna Matata. Right, here we go. Hat. Right, face and ears. We haven't done the lips either. We've got to get the lips in because that's what That is one bit that we need to highlight, see? Put the lips in. Just a little white whisper. Just there's something in their face. You don't have to. It's just a thought. Right, 05. We do that afterwards. That's the last thing we're going to do. I doubt that we'll get to the blacking in. You may not want to do the blacking in like I did. But I really thought it looked like chill. Really arty. Right, necklace, rings. And now comes the big necklace. I've never been to Africa. Have you? I've got mixed feelings about Africa. I think the apartheid side of Africa has always left a nasty taste in my mouth. I've always been a bit, jury's out on that one. Yeah, but I know people that go there every year and they love it and they say it's amazing. I certainly love African art and the culture and I've been to Egypt. Does that count? I guess it's part of the continent. It's just, yeah. Oh, I don't know if I want to put those pleats in. Right. Up to the hand. Yeah. I think the thing about what's really brilliant as well about what we're doing here is I've become aware of our ability to, through memory, to transport ourselves, to a different place. And it's really, I find it quite amazing how over the last couple of days, Facebook's quite good like that. It says, oh, this time, today, 6 years ago, this is where you were. And then you go back and you realise it's amazing how the memory works like that. Different scenery, isn't it? So I've been in California. I've been at Mark's graduation. It's I find it fascinating that our memories can do that, can literally transport us somewhere. I'm going to put the shield in now. I went over Mum and Dad's at the weekend because I could feel that Mum, I told you she's the one with the wanderlust. She's the traveller, and I knew that she was starting to get a bit stir crazy in the house after all these weeks. Dad not so much. He's quite happy on his own. He likes his garden and his home comforts, and so I went over there. To take Mum for a drive because I thought you don't have to get out of the car. Just go for a drive. We can go somewhere, along the Thames estuary up to Sheerness and back. Nice little drive. It was packed. Not where we went. The country lanes were all right, but as soon as you got to the McDonald's drive-through, it was like unbelievable. Must have been some serious withdrawal going on or something over the months. Anyway, so I got Mum. I've got to tell you. So I got Mum in the car, and then I popped back in the house to make sure Dad was all right. And I said, "There you go, Dad. I'm going to go out for a drive with Mum now. You all right on your own?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "This is the first time you've been on your own for weeks." I said, "What are you going to do while we're out?" Do you know what he said? Change the locks. Git. Yeah. There's no answers to that, is there? Change the locks. Dick. So we ended up going for our drive. And then when we got home, it was so lovely. Grace, I just love that kid. She'd organised, it was so nice, like a cream tea. And she'd found it in Sevenoaks, which is quite local to us. And it's a young lady who she it must be her dad and her son or her husband. They deliver these lovely boxes of cream tea, you know, with scones and clotted cream and cake and beautiful fresh sandwiches. Anyway, when we got home, Dad had laid the table and this beautiful cream tea had been delivered all the way, like ordered all the way from New York in Sevenoaks. And what a lovely, lovely gesture. And I thought it was so... Gracie, she considered it to be very enterprising, she said. She thought it was a really brilliant idea, and I agree with her. And it was just so lovely. And then I FaceTimed Grace, and there we were, eating this huge cream tea. It was supposed to be just for Mum and Dad. She did synchronised it. Listen to this. So that Steve and Sheila, they had the same thing. Didn't you, Sheila? Sheila's doodling along here. It got delivered to their house. And then, wait for it, it got delivered to our house as well. So when I got home in the evening to Dave, we did it all again. More cream tea. But what a gorgeous, generous... And she said it wasn't even expensive, Mum. You know, it's just making the effort, isn't it? But I just thought, what a lovely thing. And so then Grace FaceTimed as I was with Mum and Dad at their house, and she FaceTimed on my phone, and there she was sitting on the dining room table with us, chatting away to us, while we had our sandwiches, our egg and tuna and cucumber. It was just a delightful afternoon, you know. Better than McDonald's drive-through, that's for sure. And probably just as inexpensive. And you know what's brilliant is it's keeping a young family in Sevenoaks going as well, because they're busy and it's the word of mouth. And what I'll do is, I think Grace is going to blog it because she wants to promote them. But what a lovely idea, hey? It's just clever. Just, you know, there you go. There's a solution, isn't there? So how are you doing? Have you done it? Have you finished your penning? What do you think? Are we ready to fill? It's only past. Come on, we've got a whole half hour to do the doodles. Are you ready? How are you doing? You got that far? Well, what we'll do now is what we've got to... Oh, hang on a minute. I've got to put the lines in on the pot because they are crucial. Let me just put my lines in on the pot, otherwise the whole thing's going to go to pot. Do you get it? Right, hang on. Right, go down like that. And then we'll pull that one in here like so. Nice. There you go. Fab. Right, so I've done that. Do I want a line down there? Well, we'll sort that out in a minute. I think I do, actually. I think I do. I think I actually want a few lines in there, but we could sort this out afterwards. I'm just being... Yeah, and I think I'm going to pop that one in there. Yeah, maybe. Maybe shouldn't have. Yeah, it's all right, though. It's a doodle. Right. So now, you know, the next thing we've got to do, sharpen our rubbers. Right, sharpen your rubber and get rid of all your pencil work. Just gently does it. Make sure it's clean. And then let's just go through the whole lot and get rid of all the pencils. Because in a minute we're going to go through with our doodle. And we're going to definitely put our doodles in pencil. That's where I went wrong yesterday. I got cocky and I thought, oh, I don't need to do it. I'll go straight in with a pen. I had to have 3 runs at it. And that's why it took me all afternoon. Because I'd get as far as her dress and I'll go, oh, you silly girl, you've forgotten to do that pleat, or you've forgotten to do that, or, oh. So then I'd start again, because I am like that. If I'm going to serve you up a cream tea, then I'm going to serve it up properly, you know. Here we are. So let's just do this. We won't worry about the floor or grounding them right now, because we'll do that later on when we've decided what we're going to put here. Are you pleased with your work? And don't forget, just in case you're new to the party, the Africa party, there's a digi-download. So you can, even if you just turned up now, you can go to claritystamp.com, you can print off a picture, and you will receive, free of charge, through your printer, your very own printer, you'll get that. See? And then you're good to go, aren't you? And then you can join in with the doodle party. Can I make a suggestion? Print off about 10 of them. Because if you did what I did yesterday, you'll need about 10 of them. And apart from that, it's good because you can do different options. You could do different patterns. There's so many things you can do. You know, you're not limited to one, is what I'm saying. Right. Dun, dun. Get rid of all the pencil lines. Are we cool? I had to laugh. Somebody said on Facebook, you do have such a sense of humour. I tell you what, we Brits, you got to laugh at us. Somebody said, I rubbed a hole in my paper trying to sort the foot out. And you know what? I did exactly the same thing on the lips. That's why I decided, right, there's got to be a solution there. Okay. Yeah, she said she rubbed the foot out. Made a hole in the paper. I'm quite comfortable staying in Africa all week. What about you? Happy enough, huh? Okay. Oh. Done. I reckon. I haven't given him earrings yet. Sort that out afterwards. One at a time. Her first. Her first. Cool? So let's have a look at which one are we going to... Where's the one that I did then? God, I've done so many of them. Like I seriously have. Let me just check which one we're going to look at. That's the one that's black tin. And that's the one... There she is. That's the one where we can go to the doodle. Because it's nice and bright. You can see exactly... Yeah? That's the one. Okay, we'll leave the black one out. And then we'll do the doodled one. Right, are you ready to do this thing? Everybody happy? Right, stretch your necks now. Because, oh, we're in. We need an HB pencil. Get a good... I would suggest... I mean, it's up to you. If you're feeling brave, go straight in with a pen. And, you know, the only thing I would add to that is, digi downloads, you can do as many as you like. Right, so what I'll do then, since we're going to do this bit first, let me get in on the... I'll come up here and we'll just come in a bit closer. No, other way. Yeah, like that. That's better, isn't it? Because then you can... I think that's not too close, is it? Because that way you can see one and see... Yeah, that's it. So we're going to break this down because I know what to do, if you see what I mean. So the first thing we're going to do is put that line in there. Okay, so that's the first line in. Are we close enough that you can see this? I should think so. So we'll do that first. And then what we'll do is we'll put another line in there like that. Okay, so that line and that line. And then we'll do double lines. This is like an aqueduct in my head. I see it like an aqueduct. So you do double line, double line. See? If you want, as it comes round the front of the bowl, if you like, see, you can make it wider apart, can't you? So you can go wider like that, look. Then we'll have another one there, like so. That'll do. See? So it goes round. And then you've got that line, and then above that line, you jump, and you make the aqua. You see, it's like a bridge, isn't it? It's just patterns. So you go like that, and you keep your eye on there. See, what I love about this sort of artwork, this is so... It's so therapeutic. When I'm doing this, I'm not thinking about worries, about work, about all the stuff that's going on. All I'm thinking about is the pot on her head and to get the lines in the right place. And that's really, what a gift, you know, to be... I think anybody that thinks they're too grown up to doodle should think again, because it's a fantastic It is fantastic. Right, here we go. So we're going to make these patterns. I looked at these and, well, I made them up actually. And I thought they look like sun, if you know what I mean, like sun. That was my idea. And when you do it, here, I tell you what, you might want to consider, just so that it's just always a good idea, on a bit of scrap, see what you've got to do is you've got to leave enough gap between these ones to do the little sun rays. See, if you do it too tight, game over. Yeah. Well, having said that though, you might want to do her shirt that tight. You may want to do that. Make snails instead of sunshines. Up to you. It's your African lady. It's your shirt. So I'm going for the big one, so like that. And I'm going to run that one down like that and put that one in the middle like that. And then, yeah, all right. Like that, off the page. That'll do. Everyone's different, isn't it? Everyone's going to be different. That'll do. Nice big, and make the swirls go. No, that's rubbish. And that's why we do pencils, Barbara. That looks stupid. It's like, don't want it to be that not bad. There you go. That'll do, because then we're going to make some lines in there as well. We can fill it up with lines. And then, you see, you do your little sun flicks. See, when you do this with the pens, what's great is when you do it with the pens, you can get proper little triangular flicks. I won't do it now, but you'll see when we go to ink it, you'll get what I mean. Because you lean on the line, and then when you flick, it goes like a little triangle as it flicks away, whereas with a pencil you can't do that. Not effectively. Right, so I've left enough gap there, and we've got a hole in the middle, a black dot. There we go. So we go again. Right, flick, flick, flick. Out we go. There we are. Nice. It's all right, I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah. So, there you go. Round we go. Quite relaxing, isn't it? I have to go into work this afternoon for a meeting. I'm so used to working alone up here now. It's quite a novelty, you know. Isn't it funny how we shift, don't we? We shift our attitude. We shift our normal changes, doesn't it? Mine certainly has. Crazy. Yeah. There we go. Got your girl in? Got your dots in? Then you can always do these little flicks. Nice. That's her done. Well, that's that bit done. How you doing? Should we do the next thing? So I made a little...
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Oh, Big Brother's watching us. Did you hear Siri then? Weird, isn't it, when they do that? Right. I'm just going to put a little border around here. Just as a little separation. That'll be nice. You can do what you fancy. Right, but that will help me, because now what I'll do is I'll use those separations to put my lines in. So I'm going to put every other line on my scallop, see? So that works quite well. So double lines all the way down. Like I say, I looked up, I did look up African textiles and what have you. And they were just really bright, beautiful. You know, there wasn't too much symbolism going on. Not from where I was sitting anyway. Right, here we go. So we're going to do just a simple crisscross. The Maasai warriors, they're very tall, aren't they? They're very tall people. I mean, I'm no expert, but I do know that the Maasai they are very tall, and they jump. They jump like pogo jump. Really, is part of their kind of dance ritual, and they can jump incredibly high on the spot, like feet in the air. And the average, they're about 6'3" average, so that means you've got 6'5", 6'6", you've got tall, very tall tribesmen. And they're usually quite thin. I bet they are, from jumping up and down all the time. Right, and then we can just start putting, like every other one, maybe a box. Just do that. Yeah. Cool. So every other one's a box. And then every other one will be a... That's quite nice, isn't it? Make your own patterns. You still there? I feel like I'm in my own little world here. Well, I am, funny enough. Right, and then these ones, maybe we could do lines. Kind of hieroglyphic stuff. There you go. That looks quite good, you know. Nice when it's penned anyway. There we are. Very relaxing, huh? Oh, missed a bit. That's quite nice. Right, next one. Be nice when it's penned. You can always change it. You can do any pattern you fancy. Let's have a look at this one. So this one, I did big circles. I thought big florals would be nice on her dress. So I did big circles like this. I only have to do about 3 of them, really. Quite a bit big. Okay. And maybe one off the top, the end like that. Maybe like that. Right, and then what I did, after I'd done that, I put a ring on the inside. I think the thing what I'm saying is, with the African textiles, I mean, you can always Google it, whatever you fancy. But I think what I'm saying is that it's much more free-flowing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, what's more important is the general, the feeling that we're developing, the relationship between the individuals. You know, that you, without doing anything, just from their posture, you know that they're related. You know that this is a family. You know there's a kindness here. There's a regality, you know, without any faces, without anything, just from the total, and yours will be the same. A lot of it has to do with that straightness, isn't it? That it's almost noble. There's a nobility or an elegance, isn't there? Right, now in the middle, what we're going to do here, let me just show you how we get the middle done. If you put a ring in the middle like that, see, we've got to put these in, the circles, and the easiest way to do it is to put a ring in and then put ring, 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 then put the little circles around the outside. So you put a circle in, like so, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's what you're going to, yeah? So ring in the middle. I made it up as I went along, so, and you could do the same thing. You don't have to do my doodles, do your own. But I just thought I would give you some guidance, because not everybody wants to figure it out. Some people just want to be, you know, just taken by the hand, and I understand that. God, do I? Right, so once you've got those in and you've got those in, then the next thing you're going to do is in between where the circles are here, see if this one's a bit tighter. See if you can see it better here. Right, in between there and there, we're just going to make a petal. So you just make a petal in between the little circles and the outer ring. Look. And I found it was easier to turn the artwork, just keep turning it. Oh, hello. So that you get, so you get a little petal between each one, you see? And the other thing is, by turning the artwork, that they don't go on the slant. You keep them coming in the right direction, see? So it looks like a flower then. And I thought, well, she's a beautiful young woman. I bet she'd have a nice robe on. There you go. See? It's easy. Just building, isn't it? And because we're using pencil first, it's easy to then rub out your guideline, your circle in the middle, isn't it? Do you know, all we've used, you've got to think about this. This is what I love. I mean, obviously we're a craft company, you know, and we rely on manufacture and sales. Of course we do, otherwise we can't keep going. But what I love about this is all we're using is a bit of copy paper and a pencil and a pen. And that's what qualifies us to be crafters, the fact that we can be creative, you know, with nothing. You can make art. You can have all the stash. Of course you can. Thank goodness you want it all. But what I'm saying is that you can actually, you have it in you, in your blood, in your energy, right? You have it in you to work with nothing, just to work with a pencil and a piece of paper and a little bit of guidance. See, there's not everybody's wired like that, you know. I've come to understand that. Not everybody thinks like we do. And I'm so glad that I have it in me, and I bet you are too, because I think it's held us in really good stead during this crisis. And it's not over yet. Just because the government says the shops are going to open, it doesn't mean that we think that we should be going to the shops, does it? Just because the parks are open doesn't mean that we think we have to go to the park. We're intelligent enough to know whether we want to do that, aren't we? It's not mandatory. Just because the shops are open doesn't mean we've all got to go in our droves down to the mall again. I think it's a bit early yet, personally. And of course, the other thing is, if I'm going to go and look after my mum and dad on a daily basis, there's no way I can be running around. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I know I'm too old for it. So we've got her. I just feel that we should be really, really pleased with ourselves and happy that we have this in us, this ability to hang out together. You know, it's really quite a gift, you know, to be all hanging out together and doing this. There's hundreds of us, and not just you and me. It's all of us together, and we all want to get this right, and we all want to do this, you know. And it's not thousands of us, but it's hundreds of us. And to have that gift, to be able to take, and I'm not taking credit for this, you have taken a bit of paper and you've taken a pencil. It's brilliant. You are brilliant. You don't realise it. You don't understand how brilliant you are. Right, come on, little girl. So what we're going to do on her, this, I reckon this is what's helping. I think these things on their heads, I think that there's a reason why they wear these, and I think it helps. There must be a hole inside, and it helps put the pot in, don't you reckon? Otherwise this would be chaos. I reckon there's a big dip, and that's where the pot sits. Now, let's have a look at her dress because, look, it's already 10 to 11. We've got loads of time. But let's just split this dress up because, look, it looks a little bit drab like that. But look how you can split it up into loads of beautiful areas. So let's do that together. We're going to put a line there. Right, so that splits the top part. Then we're going to do another double line here, about there. Okay? So then that bit is that bit there. And then what we could do is, because mine's quite skinny, this one, but I reckon I could still get away with it. I'm going to put another little line down there and there, like so. Yeah. So then that way I can get the old parky floor going. That pattern's brilliant. I love that pattern. And then this one down here. Now we've got another line now, right? So we've got that line there. Then we've got another border there now, like so, haven't we? And then these, so here we've got these tall bits like that. It's going to be a little bit different to this one because the dress is a bit thinner, longer, stringier. But the pattern's going to be the same. It's same design. Right, so we got that one and that one. In fact, I reckon I could even get away with another line there like so. And then this one's going to be, I'm going to put boxes in like this time. There you go. Just to make sure that I don't get it wrong. Right, so that's cool. And now comes the Parky floor, I call this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then it comes the other way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you may have to do 4. I had to do 5. Right, hang on. We're going to go 3 first. Yeah. Then we're going to come the other way. Can you see this all right? So you go that way and then you come the other way again. 1, 2, 3. This time I'm going to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only so that it gets bigger as it comes to the bottom. See, a little slightly bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, that'll do. Just needs to be. That'll do. Probably not. One more there. So I'll have to correct that when I pen it. That's the magic of it, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, you know, I never realised just how therapeutic this stuff is. I really didn't. I didn't realise that all those years I was crafting, that I was really. It's like yoga for the mind, this is, isn't it? I've always loved doing this stuff. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Maybe that's why I like groovy. Because it's not dissimilar, is it? There you go. Make sure you go the right way. Bish bosh. There you are. Nice pattern, Gray. Like that one. And then the only other thing is, in her body, I did a kind of looks a little bit like a Scottish jumper, but I like, where's my thing? Let me lean on that. My hands are getting clammy and I can feel my copy paper starting to warp. Right, a bit late to the party, but we got there. Right, diamonds. So we're going to do a diamond like that, then another diamond. Look, see what I mean about a Scottish jumper? Look. Nice though. Diamonds. Cool. So we've got the diamond, and then in between the diamonds, put little tiny diamonds like that. You can do any patterns you fancy. This little family is looking forward to seeing how you dress them. Dot in there, like so. They didn't take long to do her, did it? And then we've got him to sort out. We've still got him to sort out.
Do you know what would be really, really brilliant? Because it's already 5 to 11. Let's do the shield, and then I'm going to ask you to doodle. I'll load this up just in case you're one of those people that just prefers to copy, because maybe you're just in a headspace where you just want to copy something, and I understand that entirely. So I will definitely upload this, but let's do the shield. Yeah, let's do the shield. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line right down the middle like that. And then you may want to do your own shield, but this is just, let's finish it up. And this is going to be like a spine look. See? Like that. Like a railroad or something. So we'll go along like that, and we'll just go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, all the way along. Easy. We'll go along like that. And then we'll do the other, going the other way. Like a mirror. So right, once you get going, it's easy. So you just do like that, like a reflection. Yeah. That's it. Chilled. There you go. And then while we're there, let's just go around the outside. Just gently, just on the inside. Let's make an inner one. I did have a look at some shields to check, because I bet if there's any symbolism, it will be on the shields. It'll be the clan or the tribe. So I thought, right, well, we'll do something that looks like a sun, because I reckon if I was a warrior or a tribal African, I'd have the sun going on, wouldn't you? So this is my sun look. So I thought that would be nice. Hey, give it a go. I made it up, I don't know, but I can't even remember what I did. Ah, yes, I know. So you go, to do this, you have to go up like that, don't you? And then it goes like that. You go like that. And then there's another one in there, like that. That looks a bit ropey. No, that'll do. Yeah, so you've got to bring that down a little bit further, I think. I don't think that's right. Right, you've got 2 minutes. Scrap that bit. I think I've just remembered now what I've got to do. I remember. Because when I developed the doodle, I didn't copy it anywhere. Right, so what I've got to do is I've got to go like that. Yeah, of course you have. You've got to put the lines in of the sun rays, of the rays, right, so that they're in the right place. Right, so you get the rays in like so. That makes sense, doesn't it? See? So you put the rays in like that, don't you? They're those lines there. And then you've got to do but these bits, they only go that far. Look, otherwise you'd be on a hide into nowhere here. That's it, look. Bingo. And then you put your little zigzags in, like so. Boom. I didn't think it looked right. See, and then that goes up to the top. And then you put the little ones in on the, like that. Ha-ha! Gotcha. It's a doodle. See, and then when you go to pen it, then it's always the lower one that you put the dark on. Depth on that one. There we are. Sorted. And then on the other one, on the other side, I did something different. I thought, well, who says they've got to be symmetrical? So we do one like that, put one across there like so, and then all I did was do zigzags, look, along there. So I just went along like that, zigzags. So I thought, yeah, you see a lot of triangles and zigzags in African tribal art, don't you?
like so. So that one goes through there, that one goes through there. And then I thought, well, we'll run that through there like that. And then this one could be, we like this one. Then we hop over, that's going to be white, and then we'll go again. See? And I thought I would actually go all the way around like that. And these are all hand painted, aren't they? You can't buy these in the shops. No. In fact, they're engraved, so carved. This would be carved as well as painted on a traditional beautiful shield. So that's nice too. Right, so round we go, we can do that. Round we go. Nice. So the only thing we haven't done is his outfit, his robes, his outfit. Sounds like he's going out. Right, so how about this then? How about you pencil that in and you do the doodle and get his outfit ready to go. And then I would say the best thing to do, once we've done this, how would you feel about, what's tomorrow? Wednesday, we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So ideally, what we would do is tomorrow, we'll ink what we've doodled today. And then we'll complete the people, right? So that's going to be our job tomorrow. And then the following day, we'll move on to their landscape. How does that sound? But I would really like, because again, it's about when you've got the pencil in your hand, you've got to concentrate. When you've got the pen in your hand, you can relax. So what I would really like to do is to take the pen in our hand tomorrow when we come back together again. Yeah? So that way we're already relaxing before we start our next doodle session. And if you want to do more, then all you need to do is print off a digi download, and you can do loads of them. You do a whole tribe of them, can't you, if you fancy? So I hope that will keep you amused if you're so inclined. But I don't want to give you homework per se, apart from you'll have your work cut out for you just doing his outfit, his robe. Okay? So it's good to have your company today, and I've enjoyed that. I hope you have, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Stuart, thanks very much for all your help, and I shall see you at 10 o'clock, same place, same time tomorrow morning. Be safe, be sensible, and take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye now.